Hey guys, welcome to the Informal Podcast. I'm with my co-host Shane. Say hi.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. It's been a week.
It's been a week. I feel like this break has been good. If anyone didn't see our last podcast, let's just clear this up really quick. The mics might sound better for at least Chase because we're in person now, and we are able to record 2 podcasts like today, so we can get these ready. But we decided to take a 1-week break because we didn't know what to talk about, and we kind of didn't want to like bore or just run out of subjects, I guess. And so we just decided to take a week break because we were uploading like every 2 to 3 days or whatever as a podcast, and we were kind of running out of stuff to talk about. So since the weeks happened, we have some stuff to talk about finally.
Right, no more dry content.
No more dry content. But yeah, if you didn't hear our last one, Chase wasn't able to come over to my house last week to record this podcast because I got sick the night before he came over. So we're in person now, thank God. But yeah, I guess we can just clear that up. And also the 1-week break thing, I think we're going to start in like probably 2 weeks. We're gonna start putting episodes out like every week because every 2 days is just dry content, and we just don't know what to talk about. And I don't think we're ready to, like, we don't have enough stuff in our life to talk about.
Yeah, we're 2 13 to 14-year-old boys.
I'll be 15 this month.
Yeah, I'll be 14 in 2 months, but
no, not 2 months. You'll be 14 in less than a month. April 1st.
I'm still 13 anyway.
Yeah, you're still 13. I'm 14.
We have boring lives, to say the least, because all he does is play video games, and I just started doing interesting things.
Yeah, so, but we have this podcast to do if we get bored. So.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to start doing weekly episodes in April, start of April. Sound good?
Yeah, I think that sounds wonderful.
Yeah, so look forward to that. So these next couple of weeks are going to be the last times that you will hear multiple episodes come out in 1 week. And we're starting weekly episodes. But that aside, what's up, Chase? How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I've had 2 lacrosse practices, and I'm feeling good. I'm happy that I actually started doing something instead of what I did last year.
So how did the lacrosse practices go, though?
They were wonderful. I had too much fun. In the first one, I got yelled at because I forgot a chin strap. And the second one, I killed him.
Oh, you killed him?
Like, I killed the crowd. I did so good.
Oh. Were they, like, killed with kindness, or they're dead?
I'm so good.
Oh.
Like, that's it. You don't even have to know.
Yeah.
It was just wonderful.
Their eyes are just gone.
Yeah, out of their head.
Okay, that makes sense. But I guess we could start talking about, like, what we did before we filmed the podcast. I had this idea because over this past week we've been talking about ideas to do for the podcast to talk about, and I instantly thought, well, if Chase is coming over, we're gonna do something before the podcast. Probably gonna go out, and we did, and some interesting stuff happened. I don't want to put it into a long story because I feel like it's just 2 small things that we don't have to, like, I don't want to drag it out. So
yeah, 5 minutes. Let's go. Okay, start.
What do you want to start with? Do you want to start with the?
Let's just.
So
you go.
All right. So I think we went to Walmart, and because of this whole virus thing, I don't want to talk too much about it. But there's like nothing there. Everyone's getting tissues, water, toilet paper. Like all the toilet paper at my local Walmart is just gone, just dead. No toilet paper, and they even have a note saying we are out of toilet paper and hand sanitizer and all this stuff. It's just everyone's going crazy. Twitter is going crazy about this whole virus, and I can see why. It's concerning.
And the funniest thing is that Shane is absolutely mortified of any contact of any kind. Even staring at people will give him the virus.
Yeah,
so
no.
every time we cross paths with someone, he would pull me to the right and start walking extremely fast towards other aisles. And, he almost cried because he almost touched a Xbox controller that was out of its box.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't touch a single thing besides a few things at Walmart. We went to Walmart, and there's people wearing face masks and stuff. Like, everyone's getting ready for this whole thing. But, we walked out of Walmart. We went to McDonald's, got some food, and we were walking back, and There's
this absolute maniac
okay
driver. We were walking across a path, and honestly, Shane is a bit of a rascal, a bit of a prankster. So he yells, "Chase, look out!" And I turn. I'm like, "What do you mean?" And I turn back.
This car's
and
heading
there's
straight
a
for us.
car just speeding.
Like,
80 miles an hour.
So they were coming from the McDonald's drive-thru around the corner, and they weren't going slow. They were going probably twice the normal speed in a McDonald's parking lot, and they just started heading towards us. We rushed across really quick, and I think they slowed down once they saw us. But they
slowed down after we crossed because they would not have slowed down any other way.
Yeah, I thought it was so stupid though how they just if you're in a drive-thru and you're going around the corner where you don't know what's going to be happening there. It's kind of stupid to keep going, like, because you don't know if someone's, like, crossing the street over there. But then we kept walking down the path. We were about to pass through another restaurant, but there was a car in front of us, and there's this old guy in the driver's seat, and he decided, he looked at us, and I just waved at him, and I basically gave him the signal to go ahead before us. He can go first. And then this man... he starts going in front, about to turn on the street, and then he goes into the middle of the road and just stops. It's like he's just like Windows. He was a Windows computer, and Windows just stopped working. And
Shane signaled to him to go because he was trying to be nice, and the guy nodded his head, understanding. And, he was a bit slow. He was an old guy. I was accepting of it until he drove into the middle of the road and held up traffic for 5 minutes. Just completely broken.
He was just like he went a little bit, and we went behind the car. We went around it. So we didn't go in front of it. But it was just like, we looked back, and he was just in the middle of the road going, like, God, he was holding up everyone on both sides, both lanes of the street. It was, like, we were just laughing. It's horrible, but, like, we were laughing at the time because, like, we're like, what, did we cause this, or what? But we just told, I feel like I did something because I told the guy to go ahead, but he just stopped in the middle. He just broke. Yeah, but we came back. Nothing really happened after that. So I feel like, but Walmart was packed. Everywhere was packed now. Everyone's buying stuff before this virus.
And McDonald's is the best place to go because it carries all of the diseases.
Yeah, like there was lots of there's like no one in McDonald's, which they're all at Walmart. But yeah, I guess we could talk about while we're on the topic of this kind of. You don't really care that much, but I care. NCAA March Madness just got canceled completely.
Yeah, that's a big thing for my family, actually, but not me, thank God. All of my
It's a huge
cousins,
thing for my family.
Yeah, no, my cousins and uncles, bet money on it, every single one of them, and, whoever wins
I make a bracket.
they freak out about it.
My family...
everyone tries to get me into it, but, they don't let me.
My family everyone makes their bracket of who's going to win, and then whoever wins, the total most points in my family gets this trophy that we've been passing around for 5 years now, maybe 6 years now. And they canceled it this year, because of the virus. And I was just so sad. I just can't believe that they canceled March Madness. And then they also canceled the NBA season and stuff. I don't really know much about that. All I care about is March Madness. But there's lots of people, they're just canceling so much stuff around the globe. And I understand why they're canceling it, because it's becoming a big thing. But honestly, let's get off the topic of Corona for now.
Let's go back to a time where viruses weren't a problem.
Weren't a problem.
To Six Flags
of
last year. The most exciting year we've ever had because of how many times we went.
We went, actually, no, it didn't seem like we went that much. But
it was 5 or 6.
Yeah, we went about 6 or 7 or so.
I'm sure.
It felt like we only went 3 times. But we went.
I mean, yeah, because
we went as much as the second year. So we've went now. How many years? First and second?
Yeah.
The first year we went at least 15 times.
Yeah, we had so much fun the first year.
Yeah, but I think of the first year, we all went, me, you, and Matthew and Sebastian went, for the summer. For the first year of the summer. And then the second year, which was last summer.
I think the highlights of it were definitely just the food. Chopsticks.
Oh my god,
we went there like 18 different times. It wasn't even that good. It was just the best part about it.
Yeah. So, we didn't have too much, like, we had fun last year, of course.
But it was mainly because of actually just spending time with each other. For some reason, it wasn't like the roller
coasters. We weren't having, like, basically, first time we went last year, Matthew came with us, but also Chase's stepbrother, came with us too. And we went on, like, basically all the rides that day. But it wasn't really that enjoyable because, one, Chase's stepbrother was there, and also there was 5 people. And I don't like it when we go to Six Flags with 5 people. I like the normal
uneven number, like
uneven numbers suck.
Like someone will have to sit alone with a random, and it's like horrible.
But if there's 4, like me, you, Sebastian, and Matthew going, it's really good because it's even number. Someone will always sit with each other, and also it's not too many people.
I think the most annoying part is that Matthew only wants to sit next to you or me, and he's never willing to sit next to Sebastian, so I can never sit with you.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like, Matthew's really annoying about that, but I'm fine with sitting with him, but, like, we do switch occasionally.
It's just sometimes, like,
I swear to God.
He's always like, oh, dude, you got to sit with Shane last time. I'm like, what about the other 20
it's
rides?
Like, it's so... Yeah,
like, he's like the worst person because like he's always like, "Oh, that's unfair. You did it last."
He bought a whole he bought the best season pass last year. His mom bought the best season pass one. He went twice, once with us and once with other friends. He didn't go anymore. And anytime we asked him, he'd say yes, and then he'd cancel either the day before or like that hour. The hour we were supposed to go.
That happened during Fright Fest.
Yeah, well, we already said that story.
Oh, yeah. Whoopsies.
If you want to hear the whole story, if you haven't heard it, go to the 4th podcast, which is definitely our best.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed our 4th. I talked about this all the time to people, about how our 4th is the best one.
Yeah, my mom still says that I haven't come out of my shell yet.
Oh.
About, like, I'm not comfortable with it, but that's because
I talk... With the podcast?
Yeah, that's because I talk a lot more openly with other people, because, like, I'm filtered on the podcast. It's unfortunate that I can't say whatever I want, but your whole entire family listens to it. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for supporting the podcast. Also, I wanted to say, everyone who's listening to the podcast, we have made 25 cents to get a gumball from the mall.
And we can use a life hack that gives you 8, but that probably doesn't actually work. It's just a placebo.
So we've made 25 cents. We can't collect because it's 25 cents.
Like, I don't know how.
But thank you for listening to the podcast, everyone, because we really
support is support.
Yeah, well, just like I don't care if anyone's donating money or whatever. It's just if you're listening to the podcast or following the Instagram and just keeping up to date, we appreciate you so much. And I think we don't have that many people following the Instagram, but if you do have Instagram, please check out the Informal Podcast on Instagram because since we're in person, we get to post stuff. And also, there will be a picture out after this podcast of us actually filming the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
We have a video on our story right now. If you're listening, within the first 24 hours of this being posted, we have a video on our story right now of Chase playing Fruit Ninja on the Oculus. Yeah, so, moving on, Chase. Is there something you want to talk about?
Yeah, a lighter topic than what we've been talking about, besides, like, coronavirus and, like, all the annoying things. Like, let's take from the sour side to the sweet side. How about your favorite sodas?
My favorite sodas.
Top 3.
Top 3? You can't turn down a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, you can.
You can?
I can. For you, I thought you would have chosen Mr. Pibb.
I can't. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Dr. Pepper... Or no, Mr. Pibb number 1, Dr. Pepper number 2. They might taste the same, but like Mr. Pibb's better. Number 3, what's my favorite soda? I think I gotta go with Pepsi. Because like people say Coke, some people say Coke and Pepsi taste the same.
It's not.
It's not.
Coke is better.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What? Oh,
yeah.
Oh wow, we're conflicting results.
Pepsi is sweeter, but Coke has like
I
more fizzy. It's got a burn.
I like Pepsi because it is more sweeter. So I think also we could put on the topic left Twix or right Twix.
Left Twix.
Left Twix?
You never even asked me what my top 3 sodas were.
I'm
just gonna say them anyway.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't believe you.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, yours are very yours are very narrow, and they're horrible, by the way. They suck. My top three, number three, I'll definitely have to give it to Pineapple Crush. No joke. Like, it is the sweetest soda ever. Like, it's straight sugar, right? I think number two will have to go to the original Coke, like the bottled, right?
Yeah.
And then number one will probably have to be a classic favorite for sleepovers and hanging out with friends. Just the nostalgia, just classic Mountain Dew.
Classic Mountain Dew. No, Mountain Frost, dude.
No,
the off
We're not getting Mountain Frost again. That made me sick.
But yeah. You said Left Twix. I guess I could go with Left Twix too. But like honestly, people always say like Left Twix or Right Twix. Does it matter completely?
So I actually chose Left Twix because, like, honestly, like, Left Twix is just genuinely better. If you choose Right Twix, you're probably a sociopath.
But does it matter?
Yes.
It matters?
Yes, Left Twix is better.
Okay.
Well, unless you're ambidextrous.
What?
I actually was missing. Unless you're ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous.
Is that how I said it? Is that correct?
I wanted to talk about something because we had this topic on the that we were gonna say on the fourth podcast, but I think we could say it now. It is the story of the inflatables. It's not really a great story, but honestly, it's a story to tell. So basically, when I was in elementary school at Chase, I got on the inflatables all the time. They were there for once a year.
Yeah,
once every year.
You like
I
literally...
had some friends, and one of my friends got special privileges. He wasn't gifted or what?
No,
was he gifted?
He was a privileged white boy,
okay.
and you looked up to him so much because
no, it wasn't Tommy. It was Zach.
No, he gave you inflatable permissions, which is why you literally.
He chose me, man.
Yeah, he chose you, but like
I was chosen.
You definitely like would probably do the deeds with him.
But yeah, he always like let me and my friend go on. Like he got special privileges to the point where he could go on inflatables all the time.
I was outraged by it because I only got to go on the inflatables once a day, and everyone would take them like before me. Everyone would take the best part of it, right? The slide. The slide, and you got to go head first without them knowing because it wasn't facing them.
Yeah.
But you were watched all the time because there was only three of you.
So my friend got special privileges so we could go on the inflatables during like recess and stuff. And we always took up the opportunity, and inflatables were always only there for like a week or 2 weeks. How long were they there?
Probably 2 or 3 weeks because it was like it was only a few days for each grade, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was like hourly.
Yeah, no, in each grade like got hourly, but
so
when it was lunchtime, everyone was off the inflatables. But since he had special permissions, we were there every single lunchtime, no matter of grade. It didn't matter. Like they'd always let us on it. And I think saying this now, I wish, Chase, you could have been on it, but you weren't in my grade.
Yeah, it was.
You'll never be in my grade.
I was probably the laugh of the party.
Yeah, you were. You're definitely.
I was probably like, "Oh, is it busy? Get off this thing. I'm gonna beat you up."
Yeah, no, but the inflatables were fun in school. I wanted to ask a question. What's your dream car?
My dream car. So I would probably choose a Tesla with the folding doors because that is just the most bold car to choose. Like anyone body would choose a Tesla, but like I genuinely think if you get the folding doors, you just stand out over everyone else, and it's so pretty.
Yeah. I think my dream car. I don't drive. I've been in a Corvette a couple of times, and I don't know what model it is. I think 2017. It's a really nice car. And every single time I'm in it, I'm like, wow, the inside with the top down it just looks like you're in a spaceship. It's just amazing. And it's a 2-seater. And it's a 2-seater, and like the driver's side looks like you're just encapsulated in this one just area. Like all to yourself. On the passenger side, it feels the same thing. Same way, and there's just so much, like you got a screen and stuff. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a really nice car, but that would be my second. Like if I can't get my first one, I'd get that. But my dream car also would be a Tesla, with a 4-seater Tesla, because it's Tesla. Like, you can't go wrong with Elon Musk.
Right.
Yeah.
So something controversial, a bit political. Is it Porsche or Porsche?
Porsche.
Yeah, exactly, right? If you say Porsche, you're the
Oh!
biggest dinghy, I swear.
I have a story to tell! Oh, I didn't even write this down. Thank you for putting cars down. 2 days ago, it was 2 days ago, I was getting picked up by my grandparents. I love my grandparents. And we accidentally got a flat tire. Yeah, no, while we were driving. You don't even know about this. So this is great, because I can just talk to you and not the everyone. Yeah. Like, it makes it just seem more human. So basically, we're going down a main road and stuff, and we're heading up a hill, and something goes to, like the road starts getting bumpy, like really bumpy. It feels like an earthquake, and we were thinking just the road for like 3 seconds, and then it keeps going, and the whole car is shaking, and the car in front of us isn't shaking, and we're like, oh gosh, what's this? And we turn onto this like parking lot or whatever, and we stop. My grandma goes out, and she looks at it, and we have a flat tire, and we didn't see how big it was, but it was definitely flat. So we drove after that. It was really bumpy, but we drove 1.5 miles to go to an auto repair shop, which it's really bad to drive with a flat tire, because you could risk damaging your rims to the car. But we were able to get there and put the spare tire on, but it felt like an earthquake just driving on that, and on a flat tire.
Are you lucky or unlucky in that situation? Due to the fact that you got a flat tire is unlucky, but being able to drive that far.
Yeah, we were very lucky.
Okay.
That it didn't it all went well. So basically, we were coming from somewhere else, but we recently got on the highway, and we recently got on the highway, and it happened after we got off the highway, like probably 10 minutes after we got off the highway. So thank God for that, because if it would have happened on the highway, then there's no way we would have been able to drive 5 miles just to an auto repair shop to put stuff on. Yeah. I think that's enough for that story. But it's scary driving on a flat tire.
I'm sure it is. I've never had to experience that. But
is there any what's the scariest story? Or what's your most scariest thing that's happened in your life?
Really, I've never been scared of tornadoes or basically anything. But one time I was on a jet ski. Is it called?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. What is it basically?
It's like a motorcycle
on water. Yeah, that's
okay. Jet ski. Yeah, so I was with my friends Seamus, Connor, and Brogan, and we went to the Ozarks, and their mom and Seamus, the second oldest brother, they wanted to take me on a ride on a jet ski. And this was one of the deepest parts, and I was horrified of deep water. I hate deep water. It is literally the scariest thing, especially if you cannot see anything below you. And right before I went there, my uncle told me there are piranhas in the water.
Oh, wow, that's just the greatest thing.
And even if they aren't, he even said afterwards, he's like, yeah, they're piranhas, but they don't eat humans. They've adapted to the life or whatever. I don't know what he said, but he's like, yeah, they don't eat humans. I'm like,
piranhas still, though.
It's piranhas. It's horrifying, okay? And
yeah.
I literally, almost cried whenever I was holding on to the back of their mom's life vest, and Seamus was holding on to the back of mine, and he started tipping over on the side, and his head almost got cut off by the actual propeller, pushing thing. Oh, and he was screaming. He was like, "Chase, pull up!" I pulled, and their mom's and Seamus is just screaming, "Stop!"
How old are you?
How old was I?
Yeah,
10 or 11.
Oh, okay.
So I was pretty young. I also she told us, "Oh yeah, hold on," and then we went jumping off of a 30-foot cliff, which isn't that high, but
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
That sounds like fun. But, that was the scariest moment that you...
Well, also, we were being pulled by a jet ski on this, raft.
Oh.
And, it, almost flipped over. Because my friend was, trying to stand on it. Because it was, Seamus on the left. I was in the middle. Connor on the right. Connor starts standing up like he's surfing. Almost falls off. Dude, and I do not want to fall into that water. Because even if I have that life vest on, I'm not about to be stranded in the middle of the ocean waiting for a jet ski.
With piranhas.
Wait, not ocean. Oh, my God. I'm so stupid.
Lake?
Lake. And,
yeah.
Okay, I don't care how deep it is. They said it was 30 to 40 feet deep. I'm not about to sit in that murky water where, little creatures will nip at my toes while I'm waiting there. I hate water, dude, honestly. Like the ocean water. But that's it.
That sounds scary. I want to try to think of, something scary that's happened to me. Gosh. Scariest moment of my life.
Did you get held up at the grocery store?
What? No, I've never gotten held up at a grocery store.
Oh, someone else. Probably Matthew.
Can we really believe Matthew?
I mean, he said he was at gunpoint in Subway, but
oh my God, I don't believe that,
though.
Go ahead
with your scariest story.
Scariest story, I think...
there was that time you thought someone broke into your house. Your old one.
Old one.
And then there's the one here where we, heard the knock at the door, and it was your dog.
No, I'm trying to think. I think my, the scariest story could be, probably there was this time where I was with my dad, and we were, there's we're on this, kind of back road behind a Kohl's.
I think so.
Yeah, you know exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
We're in a back road, and there's a parking lot right behind this Kohl's. And we're coming from the parking lot, and we're about to go, and this truck just completely, if we were to go, probably 3 seconds before, we would have gotten completely destroyed by this truck. It would have hit us, and it would have, we would have been dead. Died? We wouldn't have died. We would have been dead there. But thank God my dad saw it, because you couldn't see the right side very well at the time. Here, I feel like there's something that it's pretty scary. I was next to I was kind of close to a tornado. I showed you the picture. A while ago, but I was my dad used to chase storms and stuff because we watched a lot of Storm Chasers.
Yeah.
Please stop.
Okay, fine.
But we used to watch a lot of Storm Chasers, and then I went in his car, and we went storm chasing. I went to sleep. And I woke up to tornado sirens, and I look outside, there's a flash of lightning, there's a tornado right in front of us.
Oh my God.
Not right in front of us. It's probably a half a mile away, but you can see it. So we turn around and go back home and stuff. I was 5. I don't really remember the whole night, but
oh my gosh.
It was scary.
Speaking of tornadoes, I actually had an experience where so it was my little cousin's birthday, his first one or second one, I think. And we were at my aunt's house, actually. And so we were finishing blowing out the candles, and we walk outside because the sky is greenish, yellowish, and it looks like there's about to be a tornado. We look right in front of us, and there is just a okay, so you know how there's the clouds and it starts swirling and starts going down? That started happening. Oh my God, I swear it was 100.
That's happened actually
100 feet in front of this house.
That's happened above my house.
It was perfect.
That's actually happened above my house.
Perfect that it didn't hit us. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it was horrifying.
While we're on the topic of storms and stuff, I have a story that that happened at school. It's not a storm. Didn't happen while I was at school, but I had a poster, metallic thing that you stick to your fridge, but it's pretty big, and it said Storm Chaser on it. And then I wanted to present to my class that I go storm chasing with my dad, and I brought that to school because I was able to, and I showed everyone in the class because my teacher let me. I'm so basically on the weekends, me and my dad go storm chasing if there's a storm in the spring, and my whole class did not believe me at all.
It's not even that far-fetched. All you did was I go in a car and
I go into a car and I saw a tornado. I'm I saw a tornado once, and then my friend goes up to me. I was in first grade. They go up to me. Oh, you sure, buddy? Sure. I'm like, I swear, I really did it. And then I said I was gonna prove it to him, but I never got to. But my whole class thought I was lying, but I wasn't. I went storm chasing before. Okay, well, since we're on the topic of stories that have happened at school, Chase, is there anything that really happened at our elementary school that is like memorable and funny or whatever? I don't care.
Yeah. So on the topic of elementary school, we always had a park at our middle school, and it was so fun to play at when I was waiting for my basketball games and soccer games. And what was her name?
I can't say her name exactly, but she was this girl in my grade, and her mom was the head of the PTO board.
Yeah, and she was so annoying, I swear. Nobody actually liked her, but she is the reason that our middle school lost the park, and they had to put it into our previous school.
So, basically, she whined, apparently, 4th grade, she whined to her mom that our playground already at our elementary school wasn't enough, and that we needed another one. So they took the playground from the middle school that you currently go to, and they put it at our elementary school, all because she said that she wanted a new playground. I don't understand. Even if you're the head of the PTO board, I don't understand how you're able to do all this stuff, because there's other people in the PTO.
Yeah, I don't even get it either, because I swear it was the most okay, so I don't want to say anything bad, but it was the dumbest thing ever, because there was no reason for us to have a second park. It just took up the soccer field that everyone enjoyed. Yeah. And in fact, the second park is the reason that I busted my head open.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I'll tell you the story. I don't think you've heard
Or
it.
actually, hold on a second. Tell us the story after our ad.
Oh my god, our ad!
We forgot about the ad. Okay. Yes, but this ad that you're hearing, if you've been listening to our other podcasts, you are going to be hearing this ad all the time now. So, enjoy.
To grab your knee after this.
Hey, it's Shane from the Informal Podcast, and I'm here with my co-host Chase. What's up?
Hey guys, it's me, Chase. We're here to talk about our sponsor, Anchor.
What's Anchor? Well, I'm so glad you asked, random person. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's completely free, and there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can even make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership.
It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So, if you want to start a podcast now, make sure to download the free Anchor app on your phone or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's ANCHOR.fm to get started. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the podcast.
I gotta use Anchor!
Bye. Oh, hey, I hope you enjoyed our ad.
Yeah. Alright, so Chase, you were talking about busting your head open on the playground.
Yeah, I busted my head open on the playground because they banned tag previously to this, but we didn't care because we were rebellious young 5th graders, and whilst playing tag, we didn't take into consideration that it is plastic and it is soaking wet because it was raining earlier, and so I'm running after this kid, and I slip and hit my head on a piece of metal. Ow. And I busted open. And this absolute... oh my god, I hate him so much. He's so stupid. He scared me so much. He looks at me and he's freaking out. He's like, "Jeez, your eye fell out of your head." I'm like, What? I'm holding my head because obviously I don't want my eye to be out of my skull.
Yeah.
Because that is not something...
That's not something you want to do.
For the most part, unless you have that disease. Anyway, so I'm freaking out. I walk over to the teacher, and I'm like, "Is my eye falling out? Is my eye falling out?" And she's like, "No, you just busted your head open. It'll be fine. Come on." And at this point, I don't want to sound like a tough guy because I'm not. I wasn't crying because of how horrified I was, I was kind of just in shock because like she was like holding me basically. She had her arm wrapped around me, and I was like bent over holding my head, and she was like walking me to the nurse. So I walk into the nurse, and the nurse is like, yeah, I don't know if you'll have to have stitches. That's like 1/2 inch deep. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I wash it off. I'm staring at it, and all I can think is, whoa, battle scars. Because I was an absolute character back then. I was like the James Bond of my school, right? I did not care at all. I was the most confident, cocky guy ever. But I go to the hospital. I'm thinking, oh, it won't hurt at all. Touches the Q-tip to my head. I just start crying like a little baby. Oh my god, I am like bawling my eyes out. My grandpa is just laughing because he was like, oh yeah, you thought you were tough, and he was like holding my hand. He was like, yeah, I told you it would hurt. You should have believed me. And at that point, it's all like covered up with glue. Getting it out was a pain because I had to like kind of rip it out of my head.
It must have hurt.
Yeah, that's it. That's basically it. I glued my head open. I thought I was fine. Next day, I go to...
Glued my head open?
Glued my head shut. I go back to school the next day, and this girl, Amber, says, hey, your head bounced when it hit the metal. And I'm like, oh, good one. Nice
one.
Nice. You really caught on to that one. I'm surprised you care so much about my head bouncing off of metal.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're running out of stuff now.
Yeah, I don't want it to be
too long. And also, we have to record another podcast tonight.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoy the next podcast.
And we also hope you enjoyed this one.
Because,
the ad was really late, but like, that's all right.
Yeah. This podcast took a lot of work. I hope you guys take the time to actually listen to all this. If you
this was a week in the making.
Yeah,
this whole podcast.
Yeah, it took us a week to make this. So if you're still here till the end,
thank you for listening. Follow our podcast Instagram, and also we have our actual Instagrams on there. So if you want, follow us on there too. Yeah, Chase, you wanna say bye?
Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.